Me by Schroeder. Episode 4. Growing Up During the Depression. I suppose the Depression affected my life, but strangely, I don't remember really feeling deprived very often. In our neighborhood, there were many well-off kids whose families were little affected, and they seemed to have a lot of things. I can remember one Christmas that my only present was my brother's cast-off Lionel train. Another year, it was a red wagon that Dad put together with parts he found in a scrap heap. But in both cases, I was thrilled as I could be. Besides the train and the wagon, I can only remember 5 or 6 other toys that I ever owned. A sailor doll that my grandmother bought when a German naval ship visited Portland before the war, a set of blocks that made patterns, a toy Zeppelin, another set of blocks that made houses, my brother's old erector set, and Tinker Toys. I played incessantly with the same toys and used my imagination. I guess I wondered about the amount of stuff some of my playmates had, but I don't remember it affected me much. My constant companion from age 4 to 5 was a girl, June Barnett. I think she was the only kid my age on our block, but we got along famously. Even though we went through grade and high school together, we were always just good friends. Now, when I see the amount of stuff my grandkids have, I wonder if they have time to use their imagination. I also remember how discouraged my father was a lot of the time, trying to provide for his family, and how often, between jobs, he just sort of walked around the house with not much to do. We managed to get a nickel a week as allowance, but some of that was supposed to go to the Sunday school offering. I remember one time I had saved up 5 cents and decided to buy a new set of crayons for the start of school because I was the only kid in class who didn't have a brand new set. When my mother found out I had squandered my money when I had a perfectly good set of used crayons from last year, she really berated my extravagance, when I thought she would be happy with how I spent my money. I now realize she was just taking out her frustration on the whole depression scene. We tended to just visit with the bunch and play games at home, which was the extent of most people's social life during those years. Spending 10 cents on a movie was a really big deal that didn't happen often, and then usually only when they were giving away free dishes or some other promotion. My brother and Hank Vodeberg put together a soapbox derby car and a scooter, all made from orange crates, junk parts, and old lumber. Nobody could afford to buy anything new. I attended Sunday school most every Sunday, and I remember that I prayed every night. Sometimes I prayed that Mother wouldn't take me to swimming lessons at Grant Pool the next summer because the water was so cold and I hated it. I think most people were amazingly honest and trustworthy in those times, considering they didn't have any money. I was very shocked the first time I discovered that it is a big, bad world out there when I was about 4. I was outside playing in my red wagon, wearing my prized knitted cap made by Grandma. An older kid came by and took the cap, and I assumed he was just teasing, but he never brought it back. I was devastated to find out about the harsh world out there and still remember that. I can still remember thinking that someday I would have a great job, maybe professional football player, and make $5 a day, and then I would have so much money I wouldn't know what to do with all of it.